Greetings, this is Sean, and today I have something different. I've been researching the history of dollhouses and miniatures, and that was based on a suggestion from a subscriber of mine, as well as some people on a Facebook page that I was on. Anyway, this first one is just an introduction to what's going to be a multi-part series. It's probably going to be, I'm guessing, 2 or 3 more episodes after this one. But this is just, like I say, a quick introduction from what I found. Please be sure to read the description of this video. It explains a little bit more detail about where I got my pictures from. It even has a list of all of the pictures that I've used in this and in the complete series that I'm doing. So please be sure to check out. Be sure to visit the websites that are there and offer any kind of support and just to visit them and see what they have to offer. Some of their sites are actually pretty interesting. So anyway, stay tuned and I'll be back after the video to talk about the next one. Thanks and have a better day, as I always say. Dollhouses represent the ideal home in a particular culture. But have you ever wondered how they came to be? They existed in Victorian times, intricately constructed to resemble one's own home's exterior. But what about before that? How did these lovely objects come to represent what we believe to be ideal? Why weren't these products designed as children's toys? The oldest known dollhouses were created in 16th century Holland, Germany, and England as baby houses. These baby houses were constructed of several homes in a cabinet display case. In 1558, the first dollhouse in Europe was built in Germany. It was purchased by Duke Albrecht V of Bavaria for his daughter. But because of its grandeur, it soon found its way into the Duke's private art collection. Unfortunately, a fire in 1647 destroyed it, but the Duke's thorough inventory records provided insight into what it may have looked like. Early European dollhouses were all one of a kind and were custom built by individual craftsmen and were frequently exact replicas of the owner's own home. The furniture was created with such accuracy and finesse that it really was quite astonishing to behold. Dollhouses included miniature versions of books, paintings, maps, and globes, as well as exact replicas of life-size furniture, tapestries, and rugs. Queen Mary's dollhouse, perhaps the most well-known dollhouse, included electricity and running hot and cold water. Several completely functional cars with gas engines were displayed in the garage. It took nearly 4 years and involved approximately 1,500 artists to finish. Dollhouses, or cabinet houses as they were known at the time, originated in early 17th century Northern Europe and were used to exhibit wealth and luxury. The original dollhouses were placed in a glass-fronted cabinet similar to a china cabinet. The fronts could be opened and closed, but for the most part, they stayed locked. The cabinet's interior, which was divided into chambers, provided a vibrant and elegant setting for displaying little artifacts of considerable value. In the late 17th century, the dollhouse evolved into a more helpful teaching approach known as Nuremberg kitchens, which followed the cabinet homes. These houses, which were entirely made of metal, were created to serve a utilitarian purpose rather than be ornamented. The baby house, or what we often refer to as the Victorian dollhouse, first appeared in the 18th century. These houses were identical duplicates of the owner's residence. The purpose of these houses would have been to display wealth, in the shape of a tiny version of the owner's assets. Each room was meant to be set up much like an actual house. The baby houses, like the cabinet houses, were not intended for amusement. So, when did this division emerge? In the 19th century, the concept of childhood evolved to what we now regard to be play. At this time, the dollhouse had developed into a plaything and a fantasy, but the houses still remained costly as custom items. Dollhouses could not be mass-produced until the Industrial Revolution, when they became more affordable to the general population. But what about the move to houses made of brightly colored plastics? That change occurred much more recently in history, in the 1940s. Dollhouses became much more affordable to make and more durable as a result of the introduction of these new materials. So, what did you think? Is this something you'd like to see more of? Or is this not of interest to anybody? Anyway, please let me know in the comments what you think and what you thought, if what you'd like to see more of. My next one that I'm planning to do is a little bit more detail on Queen Mary's dollhouse. I found a lot of pictures on one website. If you check the listing below, you'll see quite a few of them there. But I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into that one. And I also had a request from someone about doing the throne rooms, which I can't remember if I put any of those pictures in here. Yeah, there's one actually. There's actually one picture of one of the throne rooms in here, it was a set that was created in the early 20th century, early 1900s. But anyway, I'm going to go into Queen Mary's dollhouse next, and it's quite fascinating. Anyway, hope you enjoy this. Like I say, let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. And as always, have a better day, as I always say.